You're listening to episode 44 of the Let's Go Comic Show. On this episode, we're going to talk about Antman and the Wasp trailer, Metropolis, DC Metal 5, fish tacos, and a whole lot more. All right, Matt, how you doing, dude? It's good to be recording right now.
It is good to be recording. How are you doing, Justin?
Dude, I'm so fantastic. But you know why? Because it's no longer just two of us. It's just the three of us, dude. Like Will Smith has nothing on this situation right here. It's three of us. We're welcoming our rad friend.
We got rad friends. Rad friends, rad friends.
Oh, man. We make all the jokes. So jump on in, dude.
What's up, man?
How you doing? This is Alfredo Ramos. How are you doing, man? How can people hit you up? How can they get at you right now? They want to investigate you.
It's Alfredo Ramos. You said Ramos. Or Ramos.
It's okay.
It's good.
It's his like Polish heritage. Like he just says,
it's
like,
the Polish side.
He says like Thanos.
I do say Thanos.
Probably says
Thanos.
Pharaoh and
Pharaoh.
I do say Pharaoh, like Pharaoh.
Pharaoh.
All right, there we go.
Where can people find me?
Tell us how people can hit you up.
People can hit me up on Instagram, Alfredo_Ramos.
Okay.
And I'm on Twitter, Alfredo Ramos. Yeah, just find me there.
There you go. He gets interactive on Twitter. Sometimes.
I do. I say some things.
He says things. So check him out. We usually let people plug at the end, but I just want people to verify, like, who is this guy on the show? Some people are like,
let's just do this right at the top.
Yeah,
Justin, how can people find you on the internet? They're going to stop listening right now.
They're going to stop listening. Right now, you can find me on the internet at J_Rocka on Twitter. Long story, and just JRocka on Instagram, but Twitter is where I primarily get into it about the things that you guys want to talk about. So,
like your doomsday clock.
Knows.
The doomsday clock that confused me the other night.
What was that one? Oh,
it was something you had posted, but it was like Batman holding the clock, and you're like, "This changes everything." Or someone had said something.
I must have been tagged in something. Yeah, dude.
I think they were asking for your thoughts. Like, what do you think about this?
Oh, man. I don't know.
Like at 10:18
He
p.m.
He officially doesn't pay attention to anything he does on Twitter, guys.
No, I do. I remember, like, you hit me up one time. You're like, dang, dude, what was going on? Because people got mad at me because I made some comment about...
Probably talking about The Dark Knight Rises.
No, it was about like, Justice League or something, and someone... got so upset. Fredo's like, dang, dude. I saw this thing on Twitter last night. People were upset with you.
Yeah, people were not happy with you.
Yeah, so anyways, so you can check all of us out there. Matt, where are you at?
At Matt Ritchie on Twitter, MattrChey.
And Matt's the nice one on Twitter. Matt's like, hey, man, I like the Flash. And
full of compassion.
To encourage people,
open-minded.
He is. You're the Saint Walker.
The peace bringer. Yes, all will be well.
All will be well. So on the Let's Go Comic Show, we talk about comic books, comic book movies, comic book TV shows, anything that's happening in the world of comics, and we are going to start the show off with our list. So how do we break it down? How do they know if it's good, Matt Ritchie?
The best rating we give is a gotta go.
Which means?
It means you gotta go.
That means it's the
I feel
best,
like
man.
it's pretty
Does
self-explanatory.
it mean you just had fish tacos and you gotta go? Or does it mean... So speaking of which, we're going to break down this list right now we're going to break down our list based on Mexican food. So a gotta go would be what for you? What's the best Mexican dish you can get?
Like a dish?
Yeah.
Or like a
whatever.
place?
Whatever you can get. Whatever you like the best.
Oh, dude, I don't feel qualified to...
You can, dude. This isn't a sensitivity thing. This is like, what do you want? When you're hungry in the drive-thru and you're like, oh man, what do I want to get?
Double-decker taco.
There you go. All right.
Did you just say double-decker taco?
From where?
Under the category of Mexican food.
I told you I'm not qualified.
I said, and that's why. And I let him feel this is a safe place. So
it's not a safe place anymore. It's officially not a safe place.
It's officially not safe.
It's Ramos, Justin.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm gonna do that tonight too. I'm just gonna start. All right.
No,
okay.
So
double-decker taco.
A double-decker
from Taco Bell.
Yeah,
That's
if
cool,
I'm
man.
sitting in a drive-thru, he said drive-thru. What other good Mexican food am I going to get from a drive-thru?
Someone is going to relate to you today.
Otherwise,
that's why it's different.
Otherwise, I would go to Maria's in Colton. That's a great little place.
Oh man,
have some cheese enchiladas and a beef taco.
Okay, but
that's good.
In general, like a dish, because like people may not be able to go there. So like you like a double-decker taco.
I do.
That's your gotta go. Like over all things, double-decker taco. Okay. All right. I'm going to say California burrito. Those are the best. because you get French fries inside of it.
You
Just
go.
handle it all in one bite. That's my gotta go.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm going to go carne asada quesadilla.
Oh, that's good.
Thick,
Nice.
melted cheese,
That's a gotta go right there.
grilled tortilla.
All right. So for a let's go, which is just our average, like, hey man, that's a good thing. You should do that. You should read that. You should buy that. You should consume that. Not in a you got to do it right now, but like, hey, I recommend that highly.
Yeah.
What is it? What do you got?
Cheesy gordita crunch.
We're not sponsored by Taco Bell, but all right. So for
He
me,
was looking at me when he said that too.
like,
waiting for judgment to pass. But I'm going to go with you on that. That's good. That's
I'm gonna
good.
say,
Apparently you're only driving through Taco Bell. Alberto's isn't an option.
not at all. Yeah, dude.
Mr. Taco isn't an option.
I'm gonna say
Not
super
where I live,
nachos, dude, or my let's go. Like, dude, super nachos. You got to get super nachos. That's like everything. Everything you want, and you got to eat
you
it
know
fast.
what? I will
so
say,
cheese don't
like
melt.
the chicken nachos at Yard House
All right,
would be that for me.
that's good.
So
So
good.
let's go. There you go. That's a little more. Makes me think a little more highly of you. Cheesy gordita crunch.
You ordered fish tacos that you wouldn't eat today from Del Taco. I don't even want to hear it, dude.
Oh man. All right. All right.
Mine's going to be a torta.
Oh, okay. There
Oh,
you
yeah.
go.
Torta.
Those are good, man. You get a good
Yeah.
one. I haven't had torta in a while. So, all right, your go. What's your go? What's your just like? Oh, that's good. Someone ordered for you. Just grab it.
Just like a bean, rice, and cheese burrito.
Yeah.
That's like I think like that's a good, just standard.
That's good.
I'm just gonna say a chicken soft taco is my go. That's a good one. It's a good. It's kind of like the fries of Mexican food for me. Like, oh, just throw a chicken soft taco in there.
Well, I mean, you go to Del Taco all the time, so aren't fries the fries of Mexican food there?
Not when I shove them in a burrito. Then they become
What you
something
can
special.
do.
What you can do if you go bold, man. They'll just throw those all up in the special sauce. But we're talking about my go. My go is a chicken soft taco.
My go is a bean cheese burrito.
Straight up
Just
bean
like
cheese
that.
burrito.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Now this is the don't go. What is dude? Don't get that. Don't go there and get that. Why did you do that?
Ooh.
Why'd you get the fish taco?
The double decker.
Yeah.
The double decker fish taco. Why'd you get that?
No. I've never understood Mexican pizza.
Oh yeah.
I agree.
Like it's just weird.
Can we all
like,
just vote on that?
Can we just
Say,
have like
yeah,
a tostada
the don't go?
or a pizza and not try to do both? At the
That's
same
But
time?
that's from your boy Taco Bell.
No, I know.
I'm just saying.
Did you not notice the theme?
Yeah, everything was Taco Bell. All right. No, I got the
I'm
theme.
gonna
I
agree.
was
Mexican pizza doesn't make sense.
It's weird. All right. So now that you guys know like our proclivities for Mexican food and
And probably thoroughly
send it
confused
here.
about our actual rating
yeah, rating system. So it's a let's go. It's a gotta go, a let's go, a go, and a don't go. And if it's actually terrible, it's trash juice. So moving into news right now, you guys. So we just got a trailer yesterday from Antman and The Wasp. What'd you guys think about that?
Oh, you want me to go first?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
You're
As
our
our
guest.
guest.
Go
As
for
our
it.
guest.
as the guest who
As our
doesn't know a
guest.
ton about comics,
Yeah.
I'm going to go first.
Yeah. We want to hear about it.
I liked it. I have a lot of confidence in Paul Rudd continuing the story, and I think even some of the little graphics they showed with Wasp, the way she can change, avoiding the knives, even the maneuver with the
That was
truck
cool.
in the building, I thought was cool. It's kind of new takes. They're doing similar concept, but in new ways that I think are oh, that's cool. I'm gonna stick around for this. I like it.
Yeah. Overall, I mean, I liked it. It's not okay. It's not like I'm not going to see this movie. I'm going to go watch. I just thought the trailer was super heavy with hey, we're making things big and small. It just felt like the gimmick was there. And
You didn't feel like the first one was like that?
I
The
did.
whole thing was like the giant Thomas the Train.
Yeah,
thing.
no, I get that. I get that. But I just felt like this trailer was
Even more.
it was more of the joke. There's the building, now it's a suitcase, and now we're gonna. It has a handle on top of it.
Oh, dude, I loved that.
I didn't say I didn't love it. I just hope that that's not what the whole movie's about. And that was
I
my
don't think you get the
takeaway.
vibe that that's the only thing the movie's about. I mean, because I didn't realize that Ghost is going to be the villain for it, and
I
he
don't know
looks
who that
rad.
is. I did not know who that was.
I only know who he is
Neither do
from the show Iron Man Armored Adventures, the cartoon one from a few years back. He was a character on that.
Oh,
And
nice.
he was pretty cool. He
There you
seems
go.
kind of almost like a mercenary, bounty hunter kind of guy.
Uh-huh.
Can fight. I think at least in the show, he could kind of have like a cloaking device and go invisible and do all this stuff.
Better than Yellow Jacket?
I think so.
Yeah. No, I was saying Yellow because Yellow Jacket was pretty terrible. Like, no one's clamoring for him to come back. Like, hey, man, what about Yellow Jacket?
And I think it's going to be fun. Like, you can see, like, they have this... Paul Rudd does self-deprecating humor, like, really well. And when you have at the end of that trailer, it's like, wait, you gave her wings? He's like, and blasters. Like, he's like, what the... And, like, that's going to be a good, I think, dynamic for them to work with.
Your shield, Captain America. I like that part.
And that they're connecting this back to Civil War as well. That's basically like, thanks a lot, man. Now everyone knows that we have this technology, jerk.
Yeah, no, it's good.
You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, that's a cool way to kind of frame it, I think.
Yeah.
And I think I'll always wonder what Ant-Man movies would have looked like with Edgar Wright, but I think Peyton Reed did a good job. For
that ship has sailed, my friend.
Dude, I know.
We got Baby Driver.
A soundtrack in the background the whole time.
Yeah.
We had Baby Driver. That's it.
Yeah, but we had that really cool scene where they're in the purse when it's falling, and they had the Cure playing, like they hit the phone. So
there was good stuff.
I wonder if that was from his original like script.
Oh, there's 100% beats in that first movie that are Edgar Wright like beats that were not filmed or edited like Edgar Wright films. Like it was really interesting for me to see that one. Yeah. But yeah, I'm stoked for this movie, and that we have like you could watch 3 different Marvel trailers right now if you wanted to of movies that aren't out yet.
That's true.
That's just crazy.
Yeah. So the really quick thing was Lawrence Fishburne's in this movie.
Yeah,
and he plays Goliath.
Yeah.
So I bet you we're gonna get a flashback to him in like original Ant-Man.
Oh, dude, that'd be cool.
2 guys that grow and shrink, hanging out, like fighting bad guys in the past.
And they cast Janet Van Dyne, right?
They did.
Is that Michelle Pfeiffer?
Michelle Pfeiffer. Oh, dang, dude.
Yeah, so that's kind of crazy. You didn't see her in the trailer, but from what I've gathered, it seems like she's going to have a pretty key role in the movie itself.
Dang, I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Stupid
she's
corn
there.
dog.
Michael Pena, he's back, but I didn't see him in the trailer.
Yeah, and that's fine. I mean,
he was like the highlight.
You could save like those moments because there's, dude. Yeah, I laughed so hard.
And this is the first trailer, so. Yeah. Anyways, overall, I like the trailer. I say it's a.
I say let's go, man.
I give it a go. I give it a go as a trailer.
I'm gonna say let's go.
Yeah, it didn't make me any more excited for the movie. Like I'm gonna see it. I'm already there, but like that trailer didn't make me go, oh dang.
It's more of like a reminder of why I liked the first one. Is what this felt like, which I'm okay with that.
That's good.
I wonder on the timeline this is gonna fall. Like where? I know it comes out after Infinity War, but does it take place
happen before?
Yeah,
because she's in Infinity War, right? Isn't she in it?
I believe so.
I think I saw her on a picture.
Yeah, they showed her in some of the promo pictures with the other female heroes.
I don't know.
Yeah, interesting, man. Interesting.
So okay, so we got a little word on that. So yesterday, they started putting word out that the people that are working on the Gotham show are working on a show for the DC exclusive app and it's going to be called Metropolis.
That's who's working on this?
Yes, some of the not all of them. I just know a few of the people working on that show are going to be working on this show called Metropolis. And basically, it's weird. It's like they'll just take a city. Where's a city that someone used to be a part of? Let's make a show about it. But the character that
but the main character is not even in there.
This show is about Lois Lane and Lex Luthor.
Oh gosh.
Before Superman came to town.
No.
And they check out weird science things that happen in Metropolis. And they're
why are they doing that together?
Why not? I don't know if that's the complete synopsis. Like I don't know where it's going to go, but it's just like we're going to explore Lex Luthor and Lois Lane in Metropolis. And the weird, like, science things that are going on in the underbelly of the city. And I'm like,
no, thank you.
Sounds like Gotham.
Yeah. Any crossover to Gotham?
No, it's not connected. Might as well be.
Even though they're supposed to be, like, right next to each other.
Well, it's the way they do these DC shows, nothing's connected except for the CW stuff. So, like, you get all the CW shows are connected, but everything else is. Because the Teen Titans show they're making on this thing, not connected to nothing. And then Krypton, which actually looks really good on the Sci-Fi Channel.
I'm gonna watch that one.
That one looks good. Not connected to anything. So
yeah,
there's going to be like
there's nothing about this that makes me excited for it.
Yeah.
Hey, some of the same people that did that show that you think sucks. Okay.
I don't know.
And it doesn't have the main character that makes that city worthwhile.
That show is the highest rated DC show on TV, though. People watch Gotham. Yeah, they
over everything that's on CW.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
People watch Gotham, dude. Because
I would
people
not have
think, like,
guessed that.
oh, I'm going to watch Gotham. And then people start asking, oh, wow, so is that what happened? No.
None of that.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, what has come out of that storyline in Gotham that has been that revealing or like illuminating about the Batman mythology at all?
I haven't watched anything past. I watched the first 6 episodes of season 1, and then the
Good
first
job, dude. I
episode
didn't make
of
it that
season
far.
2. I was just like,
You're bored.
I couldn't. Me and my wife watched the first episode of season 2, and she's like, "This is bad." I'm like, "Yeah," and that was it. So we were done. Like, I just can't go back to it. And then everything I see
what it
doesn't make
does.
sense.
Here's what they've done. Like, because you're asking about, like, does it
Yeah.
illuminate anything from the Batman mythos? No. Like, it's other than the
Emphatically not.
other than the Batman mythos should be about Batman.
Right.
Because right now they're like, no, it's not going to be Batman, not going to be Batman. But they've like moved like teenage Bruce Wayne closer and closer and closer and closer to being Batman. Where I'm like, all these villains are here, but before Batman's even there, like,
Yeah,
That's bizarre.
He's
It's
supposed to
just
inspire
nothing
that.
there.
Yeah.
He's supposed to inspire that, and it's the stuff I have heard. I've heard a few snippets of Bruce Wayne actually killed Ra's al Ghul on the show, and now he's slipped into this emo like phase of like, I don't care, I'm gonna give
it's going to
up.
have like a dance sequence.
He may have a dance.
Hopefully. A la Spider-Man 3.
Yes.
I don't mind the dance sequences in Spider-Man 3.
As long as his hair is parted correctly. Just part his hair. Get those eyes looking into the camera.
Oh, gosh.
The only thing I don't like about Spider-Man 3 is the new Goblin and the Sandman stuff they kind of forced into like origin. Like, why? Anyways, and Venom. Oh, yeah. Most
of the movie you don't like.
The dancing, I didn't have a problem with the dancing.
You like Toby's wardrobe.
Hey man, I thought the
You like the
dancing was
streets
fun.
in New York
The streets
are
in New
nice.
York, dude.
Good for you.
I felt like that jazz restaurant looks like a place I would visit. You know, but anyways, so all right. So let's get out of TV and stuff. Let's totally alienate our guest here and say so. Right now, after DC Metal is about to wrap up soon, and out of that, they're going to relaunch the entire Justice League like comic books. So right now, like Justice League, if you've seen the movie, it's supposed to be like the flagship like team that like unites like the best of the best, like your Superman, your Batman. You know, they call them like the Big Seven. The movie didn't have Green Lantern though, and so the books have been kind of like whatever. I haven't really enjoyed them. I kind of dropped them when they relaunched everything. So they're about to relaunch these things again after this. They're doing this miniseries called Metal, and it's this crazy like storyline. We're going to talk a little bit about it later. But they're going to relaunch Justice League into like, was it 3 books? 3 separate books or 3 separate teams?
Well, there's 4 teams.
14, okay, 4 books.
And it's a mini-series, a 4-issue mini-series. Yeah. And then out of that, we'll launch like kind of a new status quo, which I believe the only thing we know so far is that Scott Snyder is going to be writing the main Justice League title.
Yeah. So it was really funny. In our notes, it just said Justice League Snyder, and Matt thought we were going to be talking about the Snyder Cut.
Like, just leave it alone, people. Let it go.
It's like, it's not a thing. There's no Snyder Cut.
Stop.
Stop with the petition.
I saw something on Twitter today. Is there enough footage for a Snyder Cut to be possible? I'm like, no.
Oh my
people,
gosh.
stop.
There probably is footage. It's just they're not going to make it.
They're not going to put in
That's
the work
the thing. They're not
for
going to make it. It's anyways.
Well, even the Mission Impossible clips of Henry Cavill with a mustache had everyone talking again about the CGI issue. It was like
CGI up their lip.
Yeah, Tom Cruise.
Who am I following on Twitter to make this a trending topic for me?
Oh man. Yeah, right. Probably me. It might be like, hey,
Jay Rocca really cares about this.
I was like, I don't, man.
That mustache scene.
Don't drag me into that.
So anyway, either
Anyways.
way, so we have this mini-series coming out of Metal called Justice League No Justice. Best thing about this, Francis Manapul is doing the art.
Yeah.
My boy.
Is he doing the insides too?
I believe so.
So we're not going to get one of those like Teen Titans of Tomorrow situations where he does the covers and it's awesome.
And it looks amazing, and then inside you're like, oh gosh,
wow,
this looks
that's
like
not it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, the teams don't excite me.
Really, I think it's interesting dynamics.
I don't like Harley Quinn on Justice League.
I do not either, but I'm at least curious about what that looks like. And why does Batman have bad guys on his team?
Well, the first
I feel like he has the most bad guys, actually. So
You guys want to break down these teams?
Yeah. Okay. So here we go. Oh yeah. So
here we go. I'll talk about the first one.
Yeah. First team consists of who?
Superman.
There we go.
We're going to recognize first, right?
Yeah.
Martian Manhunter.
Hey.
Sinestro.
As a Green Lantern, right?
No.
Or
He's a Yellow Lantern.
Just as a Sinestro. All right.
Starfire, usually of the Teen Titans.
Yeah.
And Starro, who is actually a classic, like, when you think of like the first main Justice League
villain,
it's Starro is who they fought. And so he's been brought back in Metal a little bit. We can talk about that later. And so it's interesting to see him brought in. The idea, I guess we could talk about the concept for why these teams are being formed, is Brainiac shows up and says there's this extinction level threat coming. And he forms the teams and tells them like they each need to go help save this different planet or system or whatever. So that's the first one. That's called Team Mystery. I know, they all have weird teams. Okay, just go with it.
Mystery.
Then you have Team Entropy, which is Batman's team. And that's got Beast Boy, Lobo, Lex Luthor, and Deathstroke.
Yeah, I don't like that team either.
You don't like
I don't like Lobo on the team. I don't like Lobo on any team. Lobo's like this dude. Like, you may have seen him in like, sometimes he's in the Injustice game. He was in that. He's been on the cartoons. He's just this dude. He's like a bounty hunter who like just tears stuff up all the time. But,
yeah. The main man.
Look at that hook.
Oh,
yeah, he talks like the Macho Man, basically. Think about that Macho Man.
He's got a wrestler's mask on, it looks like.
Oh, just his face. He's got face markings.
Oh.
Yeah.
So we have Team Wonder, and that would be, surprise,
who's on that team.
Wonder Woman on that team.
Dun, dun, dun.
Zatanna, Etridian, the Demon, Dr. Fate, and
Raven. So that's like the Magic team.
Yes.
Except
but they don't look like the Orlando Magic. They look more like the Lakers. They're like gold and purple.
That's funny. All right, so what's our last team?
Good
here?
Basketball reference, man.
Yeah, dude, sports.
You brought Fredo back in, dude.
Yeah,
He's like, hey.
back. On that note, no.
So then we have the last team. The name is Team Wisdom. And that is the Flash gets his own team. Thank you very much.
Yay.
We have Damian, Wayne, Robin. We have Cyborg, Harley Quinn, and the Atom.
Oh, I was like, I don't see the Atom, but
and her hammer gets bigger and bigger.
Right? Oh, there's the Atom. Yeah, I don't like Harley Quinn on this team, and they looks like they all have like super suits on. It looks like adjustments.
You're not looking at the one where they have the actual colored like kind of concept sketches, huh?
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So each one kind of has like a color like theme almost. Do you know what I mean? Like they're like a pinkish kind of thing, I guess. It's kind of like their unifying color, and then you have Batman's team is like yellow and black. The Flash, everyone has a red suit, which is really interesting to see Cyborg in that. And then you have Wonder Woman's team. It's all purple and gold.
I love that side of the, like, say Batman's throwing a team together, and he's like, all right, everybody.
I get black.
Guys, black, I get. They're like, what the heck, dude? I just want to go and slice someone. No, man.
It's just black and yellow, black and yellow.
He just rolls up. So I'm excited to see this. So
I'm excited about the art.
Yeah.
We have
Scott
Snyder, James Tynion, and Josh Williamson are writing.
All right.
The thing that's interesting, if you look at this concept art, I don't know if you can see it as much on the black and white pictures as much as the concept sketches. It looks like everyone has some sort of like Brainiac technology on their costume.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying with the new costumes. It does look like that.
Which I thought was kind of interesting. I mean, there's a lot there that piques my curiosity.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for, like I said, the art and the writing, but even just the idea of the Justice League line kind of getting a shot in the arm a little bit. Because we've talked about it, like that's kind of been the title that struggled the most in Rebirth the last year and a half.
It from the get go, man. It was just
it
felt
has not taken off nearly as
Yeah.
well as a lot of the other titles.
Yeah, it needed some help. So
I'm stoked. So that's April, May, one of those.
yeah, Metal just needs to wrap up. So Metal wraps up in March. Right? So
yeah.
all right, so let's jump out of some of this news, and we can kind of I wanted to hit up a couple listener questions we got because I think that'll be really interesting.
Okay,
and then we'll get to our review on Metal. So we had some questions we didn't get to last week, and they're from Jay Oz. And he said, what beloved comic story are you not an appreciator of? You're not an appreciator of a story. Like some people are like, oh man, that's like the best story ever. Why don't you like it? What story are you kind of like, halfway on?
That's a good one.
Yeah. You almost have to like.
Do you have one in mind already?
Yeah.
Give me a minute to think.
For me, and it's not like I don't appreciate it. It's like I just don't care. Like Dark Phoenix Saga, I don't care. It just doesn't.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I watched it on the X-Men show. You're like, wow, we were just talking about the X-Men cartoon. I don't know, man. I just think that I just wasn't as invested into it, and it was something like I always wanted to. Like, okay, let me reread it. And when I finally read it, I was like, you know, it's not. It just didn't do nothing for me. I'm not saying it's a bad story, but it didn't resonate with me. But I'm also not a huge like X-Men guy where I live and die the X-Men. But I like those Ed Piskor comics. Those are cool.
Did you not like the storyline of Phoenix being the villain and X-Men and Avengers teaming up?
I don't know what it was about it. It just doesn't hit me as... maybe it's Jean Grey. Maybe I just don't care about Jean Grey. So...
Take that, Wolverine.
Take that, Wolverine. Oh! Hey.
Jean Grey's all right.
Yo, bub.
Yeah.
So... Yeah, I mean, I wish I can, like, extrapolate more and say it just doesn't. To me, I was like, it didn't affect me, you know. So same thing with Days of Future Past. To be honest, like I read that it was like a little 2-issue thing. You know, I think it's been built up to be a bigger deal now, but I actually think I enjoyed it more. But I don't know.
All right.
Maybe it's just X-Men stories. They just get confusing. You get to like Extinction Agenda and other words that start with an X. They really should start with an EX. And then they just throw the X in there.
Yeah, right.
And they're like, all right. They're like, what's the next miniseries called? They're like, Extinguish, but with an X.
Man, it's hard for me to think of something that I'm
like,
not an appreciator.
Like, I'm thinking like
a
Watchmen and Dark Knight Returns and Batman Year One and like Secret Wars. Like Secret Wars was another one that was... it just felt like a commercial to sell toys instead of like, something like, oh, this was super epic.
Yeah, I mean, I'm mostly bought into a lot of like the big. Honestly,
everything.
If I could say maybe there's not one that's like, oh, I don't appreciate it, or maybe it's just like I'm not as like enthralled with it as everyone else is. I'd maybe say Dark Knight Returns.
Really, man. There was someone else like on Twitter this week that just kind of came up and they were like, yeah, I don't like Dark Knight Returns. I'm like, really?
Yeah, and that's why I want to qualify. Like, I wouldn't say I don't like it, but I would say like just the level to which like people have connected with that story. I didn't feel that connection as much as I did with something like Year One.
Yeah, Year One.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like over. Those felt like I connected a lot more with. Towards Dark Knight Returns, I was like, all right, like I felt some of it. You know what I mean? Like the stuff with Superman was cool. Like, you know what I mean? Seeing like characters that are older, I've always like thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I thought Green Arrow was awesome.
That's what I was going to say. Green Arrow was the other part that I was like, oh, that's actually a really great concept. And it's kind of like Frank Miller always does this thing where he kind of takes characters almost to like the exaggerated, like logical end of like what their characterization is. Do you know what I mean? So if Batman is this, then what's he going to be in 20, 30 years or whatever? And if Green Arrow is like this, whatever, like bleeding heart, liberal, like what does that look like for those to collide later? You know what I mean? It's like he's like, how can I take this and exaggerate and make it bigger? Yeah. Like if Superman's kind of the Boy Scout and is all about like truth and justice and kind of seems like a tool, what happens if he's literally what happens if he's like literally a tool of the government and that becomes a thing? You know what I mean? And so I think I appreciate aspects of it. Yeah. But as a whole thing, I was like, yeah, it's fine. Cool. All right, man. That's good. Fredo, you got anything like that you're like, oh, I didn't like that? Or
I don't think I've read enough to create a category of things.
He's like, I was reading Garfield this morning and I was not impressed. It's Monday again.
One of the few Batmans I read was actually Dark Knight Returns.
Oh, nice.
So I need to read Year One if you're saying that it's that much better than
Dark Knight Returns. Year One's my favorite.
Year One, and really? I would probably say The Long Halloween is one of my favorite Batman stories ever.
Sorry, we're talking about the best stories. Sorry, man.
Sorry,
we
totally
transitioned your...
Sorry, Jay.
Dude, Year One's like my favorite. That's my favorite Batman story. Like, it's his origin, it's a good one, it's just so good. It's like a Gordon story, too. You know what one is kind of a little divisive amongst fans is Killing Joke.
Have you read that, Fredo?
Okay,
That's the one. I've heard how it ends, so I won't say anything. But
no, it's not a spoiler. You can spoil it.
I think we're far enough away from its publishing date that we're good.
88.
wait, that's not the one. I thought that's where they just lay next to each other at the end.
With Joker.
Batman and Joker.
No, they're kind of laughing.
They're both like dying together, right?
Maybe.
It's kind of left up.
It's very.
It's left-
Some
okay.
people say that Batman kills Joker at the end, but some people say that no, they just shared a joke. That's why I think there's like this.
They shared a joke.
Yeah, but that's the big thing where like you kind of get a little bit of a origin story for the Joker.
Yeah.
Or a origin story. An origin story. But you also, that's when Barbara Gordon, like Batgirl, was injured and led to her becoming
It's pretty gruesome, man. Like if you go back on it, considering like when I read it, I was like 11. You guys can hear a beep in the background because things are just popping off right now here.
We're on a construction site.
We're
In the
recording.
Let's Go Comic Show
We're
studio.
recording a little earlier in the day. Different things happen.
Different things happen. You never know what's happening. But it was pretty terrible now when you look back at it. You're like, man, I can't believe they did that to Batgirl. But back then she wasn't really around. She was just kind of not Batgirl anymore, you know? And they just kind of took her out. But I actually think what they did with her after that was really cool, with her being Oracle.
Yeah.
And anyways, that's all long,
Agreed.
long
That's
gone.
a whole different thing.
Yeah,
But yeah.
okay. So you got to check those ones out there. I'll let you borrow those because they're pretty good.
Yeah, I need to read those for sure.
Next question. Do monkeys make things better? This is an easy one.
I think it depends.
If you're watching 12 Monkeys, yes.
With Bruce Willis and Brad Pitt.
That's
Yes.
a great movie.
But what about...
But if it's like the evil monkey from Family Guy, then it's like, no, I don't want that monkey around.
Yeah, that's true.
It kind of depends, man.
Depends if the monkey can talk, like Detective Chimp. That's cool.
I mean, even Curious George, like he seems nice and stuff, but he's
I don't
just
like
screwing
Curious
everything
George.
up all the time.
He really is.
Yeah,
That poor
dude.
single dad.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Man,
and he's not
yellow
really
hat.
curious. He's just more like, you're just more of a jerk, dude. Like, Jerk George. Like,
Jerk
he's just stealing people's stuff. He, like, breaks into people's houses and, like, throws pies on the floor.
Eats a bunch of food and
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm sorry.
Not cool at all, man.
It's like alternate universe.
Yeah, not cool, George.
Buy the t-shirt at Hot Topic. Jerk George.
Jerk George. All right, I like when monkeys show up. I think they have to be in the right place. Like Gorilla Grodd, I like that monkey. That's always good. Like, oh dang, Flash is gonna fight a monkey
Dude, he's scary.
in Gorilla City. That's pretty cool. But I don't know.
But like a monkey show. I mean, Detective Chimp makes everything better.
Yeah, see, that's what I said. Detective Chimp. Let's see, what else? What other type of monkeys are good? King Kong, that's cool. It's not good if you live in a city.
What was
but-
the one with the Wonder Twins?
Oh, Gleek. Yeah, he was all right.
No?
He didn't make
Right.
anything better. He was just there. They were thinking, they were hoping for like
Gotta fill that monkey role.
They were like, man, if we put a monkey, it'll make it better.
Get that monkey demographic.
The guy's
represented,
like, you know what? These twins with powers, it's not going to work. They need a monkey. They're all, who's going to carry the pail of water when she turns into a bird and he turns in the water? They're like, I know a monkey could, sir. They're like, all right, Stevens, you're hired. Make it happen. So yeah, Gleek. Yeah. So I don't know. Anyways, to answer your question, one of my favorite stupid, crazy, goofy stories was in I think it was in 1999. They did this whole thing called JL Ape, where the whole of Justice League turns into monkeys, and it had this really beautiful Arthur Adams art. And it was awesome.
That sounds kind of awesome, actually.
It was pretty awesome.
Did it look like Planet of the Apes a little bit?
Yes.
The face is a lot more human.
No, they were straight up apes,
Really?
wearing costumes, and I'll put the art in the show notes because it's pretty good stuff. And I think it was Mark Waid and Grant Morrison who wrote it.
Really?
I might be off, so don't hit me up Twitter, don't at me, but you can check out the notes, and I think you can get it on Amazon and check it out because it was super goofy. So okay, monkeys overall make things better unless you have to fight a monkey.
Yeah,
All right,
unless
next.
it's a giant telepathic gorilla, then just get out of there.
And then last question, he said, "Show your work." Last question just says, "Plastic Man." Am I right? So
Yes.
you like Plastic Man?
I love Plastic
Speaking
Man.
of like Plastic Man, he shows up here.
Yeah, it looks like he's coming up
here
in the DC universe.
So what's your thoughts on Plastic Man? Have you ever had any like? Do you know who Plastic Man is?
I have no idea who.
Are you serious?
No idea.
I watched the cartoon when I was a kid.
Yeah, they used to have a cartoon.
They had a cartoon.
Yeah,
dude,
it would be
was
like a live action guy. He was like Plastic Man. And he'd be like, and
What?
It was really weird though, and that kind of had like a. Looking back now, it's kind of racist because they had this little helper, Hula Hula, the Hawaiian guy.
That's true.
Like for whatever reason, there was a baby Plas. There was like a little baby Plastic Man. There was Hula Hula and like his wife, Plastic Man's wife or something. And then they go on adventures. So what? And probably a monkey at some point. Plastic monkey, monkey man, baby plastic monkey. So I have no idea, dude.
Plastic monkey.
Plastic monkey too. No. But I think that I like Plastic Man. They used him really well in Justice League by Grant Morrison when they did the whole run. He came in and that was cool. And then the Kyle Baker series was excellent. So,
and he's been on a few of the like Lego DC straight to video movies.
I think he's been in one, or he's going to be in one.
Was he just in the?
I think he's in that Flash one that's coming out.
Oh, nice.
But I don't think he's been in any other ones. But he's a good character. He's been on Batman Brave and the Bold. That was cool.
Yeah.
It's weird. He's been like a DC staple, but he's not always in. I think he's just so goofy that people don't know what to do with him, and so
absolutely.
And when they make him too serious, it doesn't work. But again, Grant Morrison had a good grasp on him. What? It was like, what are you talking about? He's Plastic
imagining,
Man.
this Plastic Man being very serious. Like
you can't.
You look at the costume and the goggles and stuff. Like, there's no way you can make this a serious character.
Wow.
But
no way that you should make it a serious character.
But he predates. He predates like Mr. Fantastic by like 20 years.
Oh man, I've seen this guy.
Yeah, dude.
I had no idea that was Plastic Man.
Yeah, that's him, dude.
Look at that chin.
Right?
It's a Jay Leno.
He's great. So he predates Elongated Man too, right?
Yeah, and they have different powers. So Elongated Man has to drink the juice to get stretchy. Plastic Man fell into a vat of chemicals, like most people did in the 40s. They're like, all right, now let's see. What do you want him to do?
Gotta watch out for those catwalks going over vats of chemicals.
They're like,
with no guardrails.
Yeah. They're like, well, let's see. They would just have a list. They're like, all right, catwalk, vat of chemicals. What type of powers do you want him to have? I want him to have light powers. All right, he falls into a vat of chemicals, and some lights fell on top of him. He's got light powers.
Boom,
and he
done.
There we go.
It was a simpler time.
All right, so there you go. There's your answer. I like him. Matt likes him. Fredo didn't know he liked him.
I had no idea.
Fredo was like, oh, who's that guy?
Really disappointed.
Coming soon to a theater near you. Jim Carrey is Plastic Man.
I know, it would be that kind of personality. Huh?
It would be. Maybe in 1995, but then they made the mask. All right, cool. So let's get into review a little bit. We hit up the shop. I didn't get a whole bunch of stuff. We have DC Metal 5, and then Matt bought. What'd you get?
I got the JLA Doom Patrol crossover, and then Flash Annual.
How's that going? How's that going for you?
Again, I haven't read very much of anything because we were recording earlier in the day, and I haven't really had time to do that.
But we have read.
But I did read Metal.
Metal, yeah. So Metal, Fredo, going back to it, it's this crazy story where it's like literally they're taking like elements of like heavy metal music and putting it into the story. Like just like, oh, it's crazy. It's like if you looked at an old heavy metal record from like 1980s, there's like a dragon or something nuts going on. Like they're trying to put these crazy elements into the story. At the same time,
I gotta check this out.
Yeah, it's crazy. At the same time, they're referencing a lot of Batman history and DC Universe history and telling this crazy epic story of multiverses and stuff. So if you do check it out, you're gonna be like, what the heck?
You're gonna be lost.
You might be lost, but I'll send you everything that I got, so you can read them. But it's this issue actually. I liked a lot. The last couple issues, I was just like, I just felt like it's plugging away. But I feel like we hit a place here where it got me excited. And they're just, I don't want to spoil the story so much as I just want to kind of get into it. I think this story needed to come out faster is all I'm thinking. Like there's too many like gaps in, they're taking a break this month to have you read this. I think it should have been more, it should have been bi-weekly almost.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like when you're in the book, it's moving at a pretty fast clip, and so to have it then like just kind of stop for so long in between, I could see how you'd say that, but
yeah, it's not a bad story, but at all, it just is starting to tire me out because it's like, dude, let's just get it done, or let's get it all at one time or something. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it felt like at least the last issue, if not the one before that, there was a lot of like putting the pieces into place, and this one feels like a lot more action and forward momentum.
Yeah.
Which you kind of need to have because there's only one more issue left of it.
Yeah.
So,
exactly.
Like you need momentum, right? And so we'll spoil this.
Yeah, I'm gonna spoil it because some of the spoilers
there are a couple
make me
of a good spoil. So turn away now and go read that first.
Yeah, go read it.
Except for Fredo, don't leave Fredo. We're just gonna talk. We're
just gonna like
stay here. I want to know. I like being spoiled
because then it might actually help you like when you're reading. Like, oh, okay, I get what's going on here.
What jumped out at you, Justin?
Which what?
What jumped out at you, man? What do you want to talk about?
You've doubted me.
What jumped?
Oh, what jumped out? I was like, why did you doubt me? What jumped out at me? Sorry, man. Some fish tacos. So what I actually really liked when I was reading it, I was like, shut up, like John Jones. I'm a big Martian Manhunter fan, and I feel like he hasn't been a part of the DC universe much since.
No, he hasn't been a Rebirth like at all, right?
Rebirth, or even New 52, he was kind of in what was it, Stormwatch?
Stormwatch.
But it was like, that's not where he belongs. He belongs in the Justice League, and they kind of took him out in favor of Cyborg, and so him coming back was really cool to see that. It actually made me really happy, and so I'm liking the team of Mr. Terrific and Green Lantern hanging out.
Yeah.
So I like that. I like Hal Jordan being a part of the team, which he's not really a part of it in the current Justice League.
Well, and in their story too, I thought getting that explanation and kind of a retelling of Plastic Man's origin, and tying it into what's going on in the story, I thought that was kind of cool because it kind of elevates, like, he's just some wacky guy. Like, no, he is that, but it's because he's literally going crazy because he has like this cosmic, like, whatever, and this stuff that has changed his body.
I didn't love that so much.
See, I think because then you have like, he was like, I can't handle it, and I need to like just shut myself off so that I'm not hearing everyone's like worst fears all the time. Because I think that gives a why hasn't he been doing stuff?
Yeah.
So it answers that, and I think it gives him a really great opportunity to kind of have a heroic moment later.
Next issue.
Yeah, I think if he like decides like, no, like I'm going to push through it and I'm going to help out, and that's kind of what pushes him into this next stage of the character's like arc. I think that could be really great, and I think it sets it up nicely. Yeah,
much like Fredo, Green Lantern was not aware of who the Plastic Man was. He's all, who's this guy? Like, why should I care? Like, what's the deal? Well, Green Lantern's very like unheroic in this comic. I feel he's like what the heck? I don't got time for this dude. He basically is a cop. He's like, man, I got other things to deal with. This seems very small. I'm gonna move forward, dude. That's Green Lanterns are space cops, and so he's like, I got bigger things to deal with. Why are you gonna talk to me about Plastic Man right now?
True.
So, anyways, some other stuff. The Black Man is showing up.
Like, yeah, that was cool.
So what's cool is all of a sudden Deathstroke and Aquaman are having words, and then all of a sudden you get a spear right to the gut. You're like, what? And then Black Man is like, I know way more about Atlanta and history than you do. Now what? And then
and he also cut a deal with Barbados.
Yes, and so Barbados is like the big bad here. This is the evil, demon Batman stuff that's been going back for like 5 years. If you really want to get into it, there's like some cliff notes. You might need to Wikipedia some of this. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and it's bringing in this dark multiverse, and there's basically this mirror dark version of the Justice League that they're going to have to end up fighting now. And so there's some crazy stuff going on, but I actually really like this. I really like this chapter, and it brought it back for me. And now I'm excited for at the end to see like the end outcome.
Yeah, I see like the culmination,
which we're kind of aware of with them announcing, look, Justice League's coming out, and that Mr. Terrific is going to team up with Plastic Man and stuff like that. And so
so things. We know the books because they have to announce those and try to get people to order them and stuff. But now pieces are starting to come into place. Like, oh, that's how Martian Manhunter comes back into things, and Starro is part of the story there, and so what happens with that? And so I think it's kind of fun if it's done the right way. Like, I think it's okay to know where some of the pieces end up down in the future, but not know how it gets there. So you're not going to be completely shocked about everything. But I was pretty like surprised, like that page when it's like, no, it's me, Martian Manhunter. And I was like, what?
Yeah, that was cool. And then I like that he uses shapeshifting a lot too, as he was like a giant green beast. So it's cool, man.
Yeah, great.
John Jones is like the heart of the Justice League, which you haven't seen because they kind of replaced him with Cyborg in like about 2011, and they didn't really say like he was not on the team, but they said he wasn't, and so they did this weird timeline stuff, and so they're kind of getting back to the heart of everything. Cyborg's still on the team, but did he start the team? No, it was always John Jones because he was the dude from Mars. And he was like, you should check out the New Frontier. It's actually a really cool it's a comic, but they did an animated version of it.
Oh man,
it's so good, dude.
Great.
It's all based in like the 60s and like the 50s, 60s, like Cold War era, and it's cool. It's probably the best like one of DC's animated things they've done. It's a good time.
Where can I find it?
I have it, or you can find it. Probably, it might be on
You
Netflix.
have everything.
I got it. You just check out my library, but it's probably on Amazon. You can probably rent it or buy it digitally or whatever. So, but it's definitely a good time. So, all right. Anything else about that? What do you want to rate this issue?
Ooh, this issue.
Yeah,
I say it's Let's Go.
yeah. I think it's Let's Go too. It's good.
I think there's really good things. I'm interested because we've talked about like every issue. It seems like and things are getting worse.
Yeah.
And now things are even worse. Mm-hmm. This was the first time where like things are getting worse, but it felt like there was like because that last thing you see is like Wonder Woman and Lady Blackhawk.
Yeah.
I guess you want to still call her that, even though now she's like not a bad guy anymore. I guess, or taken over by Barbados. You have them kind of like leaping into the fray.
Yeah.
To where every other one is like they're tied down or they're taken out or they're knocked out. And this one feels like, okay, we're going to meet this. Like, yes, this is as dire as it's ever been, but we're heading in to like take care of it.
Yeah. Cool.
But yeah, I mean, Batman and Superman just disappeared into some lava. Yeah. It's just like, well, okay, don't know what's going to happen with that.
They're probably going to die. They're probably going to kill them off.
I'm sure they will. There's nothing left for them to do.
It did remind me of the fun of when this series first started, because remember they had the issue where Robin's driving around in the car and he's like talking smack to Wonder Woman and stuff like that. Just that type of stuff was fun, and I think to me it hasn't felt fun the last few issues.
Yeah. How'd you like Deathstroke referring to the chum hole? It made me think of like old chum.
Chum hole. Yeah, dude.
I have no idea what just happened right now.
Yeah, dude. Just you got to read
insider stuff.
It's part of the dialogue. Sorry, we totally left Fredo behind.
No, it's good.
Some of you guys behind.
Fredo's like, man, I just want to watch Black Panther, dude. So when's that come out?
Dude, 2 weeks.
2 weeks, dude.
2 weeks. We're almost there.
You want to jump into Flash Annual or anything?
No, I just started kind of picking my way through it, so I don't really have a fully formed opinion on that yet.
Nice. Me either. So there we go.
Right.
Yeah, I got Defenders 9, so I'm excited to read that, and I feel like this is the last issue of Bendis. Mm-hmm. So, and he put out.
Is this the last one?
I think so. I think he did. I think it's either 9 or 10. I know he's pretty much done. Yeah. So Brian Michael Bendis has been writing for Marvel for like the last probably almost 20 years. He's been working on. He's done some significant things, and
he created Jessica Jones, Miles Morales.
Really?
Yeah. So he's been a significant creator for them, and so he's left Marvel now to start working at DC, and they haven't announced what he's doing yet. But he put out a little tweet yesterday. It's like, stay tuned, with the bat symbol. I don't know if that means he's working on Batman or if it was just like, stay tuned. There's a signal, So anywho, that's just kind of. He's writing this Defenders book, and it's been really good. I'm like, dang, dude, I really like this book. Hopefully, they get someone of equal like significance to work on it, because him and the artist David Marquez, they're like a really good team.
Yeah,
I would I would read anything if they wrote freaking Stay Puft the Marshmallow Man comic. I would read it because I just like the team, So I'll stick with the creator if I like him. So
yeah, totally.
Yeah, he's done good stuff. So anyway, haven't read that yet, so I can't talk about it. But it's probably going to be a let's go. So
well, there you go.
Well, there you go.
Speaking that into the future.
Speaking into the future, I'm just going to lay claim to this, and it won't disappoint me. So
cool. That's
about it, man. This is kind of a quick show. We did it really quick.
Yeah.
But we wanted to get something out. We wanted to have a special guest. We wanted to have a rad friend.
I love it.
He's here.
Our rad friend
and you know
is
what?
here.
Fredo, you got to come back for Black Panther. When we do the Black Panther show.
Oh, I'm back.
Will you do that?
Yeah, we'll talk
back.
about it.
I'd love to.
That'll be good. So you'll
as
hear
long as you will accept my minimal knowledge.
Your minimal knowledge, dude.
What was the thing with the thing and the reference?
Oh, dude, that's gonna be great.
Yeah, I don't know everything about Black Panther. My knowledge is very, very I got the basics, But that's what's fun about comics, though. Some of this stuff takes you back in. You're like, oh man, I want to read more. Matt's reading the Christopher Priest run from
I'm reading a Black Panther run from '98 right now.
I saw that today in the shop.
Yeah,
I was like, dude, it looks Yeah, I was listening to an interview of someone that's writing a Black Panther book right now. Mm-hmm. He was like, check out this run, this run, this run.
Yeah.
And so I read I think it was 2010, is Flags of Our Fathers, to where it's actually T'Challa's grandpa and Captain America fighting side by side, like fighting Nazis out of Wakanda. And it was so cool.
Yeah.
And so cool. I feel like I'm trying to learn a lot. And this Christopher Priest run, it seems like it's actually setting up like the like legacy and kind of the mythos of the Black Panther really well too.
Yeah.
Like it's cool, man.
Dang, can you imagine if they do a flashback one day in like Black Panther 2 and it's like his dad fighting with Captain America?
But it's Wesley Snipes.
Dude, he wanted to be Black Panther for so long. When he was Blade, he was in talks to be Black Panther.
He's always
they were talking about that in the 90s, right?
Yeah. It was like, I'll do both. I'll do everything. Because nothing was connected back then, dude. We're like, dang, Wesley Snipes, you can't play everything. He's like,
watch me.
Has Coogler or anyone from like the production team talked about what inspired this story arc at all? Like, where are they drawing from?
Not that I've heard anywhere.
Wow, I wonder if that's intentional.
I'm also intentionally not trying to get more information about the movie though too.
But isn't Coates involved? Wasn't he like kind of brought in on some of the?
He might have been like a what's it called when you give advice? Consultant. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that I'm just excited to see it, dude. Like,
so very excited.
I think this movie is probably going to add to the legend as well. Like, sometimes
they'll do something, I'm sure.
Like the source material, will infer, but sometimes you're like, oh, dude, you know what? That was actually a good idea. Let's bring that into the books. So,
yeah.
Storytelling can go both ways, and I think that's kind of good. Like,
yeah, it could be great.
Something might connect with us. So, I'm really excited about it, and I want to jump into that world. It just looks vast, dude. So Matt is literally like celebrating.
It's going to set up Infinity War, I think, really well.
Yeah.
Now that their world is exposed.
Yeah, exactly. Like, because it looked like they were running through Wakanda in that one scene.
In the Infinity War trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like, get this man a shield. And they're like, oh, dang, they're going to be fighting some...
Crazy like aliens or something? I don't know, man.
It's probably like Thanos or Thanos, however you want to say those A's.
Ramos.
Thanos and Ramos.
Thanos and Ramos.
The new show.
Come to the front.
Nah, man. It's not, what was that comic where Thanos what's his real name again? He came out like a couple weeks back. They found out.
It was like Dion or something.
It's Dion.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
His name's not really Thanos. It's Dion. He's like, hey, man, what's up? I'm Dion.
Gamora's like, your real name is Dion?
Dion, you're not my father. My dad's name wouldn't be Dion.
It wouldn't even be Thanos.
Yeah.
It'd be Thanos.
There we go, guys. That's episode 44 for you right there. So thank you for listening and downloading the show. If you could please head to iTunes and leave us a review and 5 stars, that would be amazing. And you can check us out at letsgocast.com, where you can check out Let's Go Comic Show and the Let's Go podcast and our other show, the Start Today podcast with Eric and Mike. If you would like to say, hey, I would like to buy some swag, please go to our website, click on merch, and you can go buy a sweet t-shirt or even a pillow, maybe some stickers, an iPad case, anything that your heart desires. Maybe something's for your sweetie, because Valentine's Day is coming up, and she wants that Let's Go Comic Show t-shirt. Aww. So make that happen. And if you're saying, hey, you know what? I just got a raise. It's a new year, and you want to support us financially, please go to patreon.com/letsgocast, and you can just be a giver. You know what I'm saying? Help us out. Maybe we can buy some new mics. Maybe me and Fredo don't have to share this mic right here.
Close to each other.
Yeah, we're it's very intimate. It's a nice time. So join the ranks and be a Let's Go soldier, right? Is that what we're calling people?
Soldier?
Be a Let's Bro. Hang out with us.
0 donations after that.
So if you want to do that, join our Patreon and
Let's Bro.
We can help you out. Hey. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Let's Go Comic Show, and there you go. So we already gave up our stuff again, but let's plug it one more time. Fredo, how can people hit you up on Twitter?
People can find me on Instagram, Fredo_Ramos, and on Twitter, Alfredo Ramos.
There you go. And you can hit me up at J_Rocca. And Matt, what is it?
You can find me at Matt Ritchie.
There we go. All right, I'm Justin.
I'm Matt.
And I'm Alfredo.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.